this girl, you want to talk about toxic femininity?
Yeah.
So there's this woman, she basically murdered her husband.
Yeah.
And then she wrote a children's book on how she dealt with her grief because of her husband's death, and then started parading around, like doing her book tour and stuff like that. And then got found guilty of being the one poisoning him.
Oh, funny how that works out. I guess that is this is like the ultimate thou doth protest too much.
It is.
Like she's like, I'm going to go and write a book and go on a tour. And you go,
I know.
I'm dealing with the grief. You go,
That's everyone knows that. It's the oldest trick in the book. Is that's how girls kill guys, is they poison them.
For sure.
So
that's the thing too, is like women always act like with domestic abuse, where you go like it's a one-way street where it's like it's only guys killing women, and like guys probably kill women
more.
Guys probably, for sure it's more, but guys obviously kill probably women in more like horrific fashion, and then there is like obviously the physical advantage. But there's so many dudes who are just like, yeah, he just died in his sleep, nobody knows what happened. It's like, you fucking poisoned him. No many chicks are getting away with murder, like legitimately getting away with murder, because
all chicks are murderers. You heard it here.
You heard it here first.
Anytime a girl
don't trust any women.
No, you want Uber Eats and I want to shake hands with the driver before I eat it. Oh yeah, I made you a shepherd's pie. Oh, did you?
I literally have a body double who's also tastes all my food.
And it's
fucking Castro.
And it's the trans fucking. You have someone test your food like Castro. Yeah. That's so funny. Like sitting there at the table with your chick, and she's like, "How do you like it?" I go, "I'm just sort of waiting for you to take a bite first." Switching the plates every meal,
like Princess Bride. I don't know. Maybe the poison's in yours now.
Switching the food every fucking.
Yeah. The crazy thing too is the guy said, he goes, he changed his will and he took his wife out of the will, and he told all his friends, he's like, if I die, she probably killed me. That's so fucked up, where like he knew she was gonna kill him. That's crazy that people
so that now that we've established a thing, you're right. The next part is that she did a sloppy as hell job of the murder. It was like, for her to be on this book tour, she did a crappy job.
Yeah, she did not do a good job.
So this guy, she basically gave him some food, and then he started saying he felt immediately sick, and he already had said, I think she's trying to poison me, and his text messages were like, I think my wife's trying to poison me.
Well, because he failed one time.
And then she had text going out to her friend asking to buy fentanyl.
Which I thought, like, you needed the littlest bit of fentanyl to kill someone. She bought $900 worth of fentanyl. Like, wouldn't that, like, kill a fucking basketball team?
Yeah, you're right.
And this guy, I guess he's like Rasputin.
Bitches be poisoning.
Bitches be poisoning.
Y'all know when your bitch be poisoning you. You come home, she be playing around with the fentanyl.
That's like, how awkward is it though? After the first poisoning attempt, he recovers, but he's like,
he loves food though.
No, but he's like, not even loves food. You're like, okay, so you're like, he's like, I live with my wife, we have 3 kids. Obviously breakups are like, they're not easy. Like, obviously it's in a perfect world you just fucking dip, but like, it's not that easy. It's just like, his wife just tried to murder him, he can't prove it, and he has to just like pretend like nothing happened and go back to
he's an idiot for staying in the house with her,
for sure. But you're like, he probably was like, well, what do I, he's like, I can't prove that she tried to murder
this guy
me.
had some cash though. Stay in a hotel, pal.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Well,
like, a scary chick is nothing scarier than a scary chick.
Nothing scarier.
Like, he's
like
legitimately like rattled, where he's like, I can't. Like, what do I? He's like, she'll find me or something.
Well, this isn't making sense what you're saying right now. If you literally think your fucking wife tried to murder you, you're getting divorced, you're in a big battle and stuff like that. Probably don't stay in the same house with her. What? I don't even understand your counter argument.
Well, I'm saying that
he was too scared to leave.
I guess. Well, he literally said he thought she poisoned him. And he was like, almost.
I would say that he probably convinced him out of that. He convinced himself that probably maybe wasn't the case.
Yeah, but then he's telling people he changes the. Once you're changing the will, that's not just like a.
Well, maybe that was out of spite. Either way.
Imagine she didn't try to propose him. He just changes the will, and then like he just ends up dying, and like they live a happy ever. He goes, you know what? Remember like 40 years ago, I thought you tried to kill me, so I took you out of the will.
Yeah.
Forgot to put you back in. Sorry.
Forgot to put you back in. Because I stormed over to the will office.
Remember, I got really bad food poisoning, and I thought that was you trying to kill me. So I was paranoid back then, and so sorry.
Yeah, now you don't own any of this stuff. I guess a lot of times they just put the kids in the will instead of the mom. So as long as the kids are young enough, the mom's sort of get in the house anyway in that case.
Yeah.
But, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, basically, this guy thought he poisoned. She tried to buy fentanyl. She has like multiple messages. So I'm just saying, like, that is every once in a while, it's like, I feel like you find guys that are like, a lot of times, you know how they say a lot of times criminals, you think that they're smarter than they are, but like a lot of times, you know, even the mafia or whatever, it's like one of the reasons they get caught is like the guy's at a bar fucking bragging about his murders.
Course, yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit where you're like, you idiot. I think the girl one is like a version of that, is a lot of times they just really think that they're smarter than they are. It's like the idea of, you think you're so much smarter than everyone that you're going to do a book tour after you like have obvious reasons that you did it.
Well, I guess in her mind, she goes like, well, no murderer would ever go to this extent.
That's what I mean. She just thinks like, oh, she cracked the case with it. But man,
just all part of the cover up.
She probably could have been like off the radar if she wasn't.
How do you think the sales did of the book? Think it did numbers? Can you still buy it? Do you think you can still buy it on Amazon right now?
That's fair.
Is it available? And do you think even though we now know that she killed her husband, maybe are there some tips on dealing with grief?
Okay.
Yeah. Sucks for the kids though.
Yeah.
Now just like what? Fucking orphans?
I think essentially she's in jail. They get the dad's money. So they're not really orphans because they've got cash.
Depends how old they are though.
No, but like they're not going to like some crappy orphanage because
I just mean they might go with like a family member. I'm just saying they have no parents.
Yeah, so that part's true. Yeah.
That's a bummer.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. All right. It's a bummer. That's a fucking just about as bad as the Leafs being down fucking 3-0 against the Panthers.
I got on that bandwagon for one game and then I immediately got off. I was literally like,
all aboard.
I was looking up all this stuff and I was like watching. I honest to God looked up Leafs jerseys too. I was gonna buy one.
Yeah.
And then they lost like immediately, just lost every game. And I was just like, fuck this stupid team.
Yeah.
Heartbreak Hotel, that fucking team.
Heartbreak Hotel.